Okay, here I'm getting near completing that raccoon, and at this point I'm just going to evaluate some things and say, where is it darker? To me, it still looks darker in certain areas here. This looks very dark in here, you know, so I can make it a little bit darker out in this area and build that up a little bit more. Trail the lines off, okay? Where else? Still looks pretty dark, I think, around the eye up here. And once again, I still go in the direction of the fur. That way, if I have any strokes, they're still following that fur direction, okay? Now, in some areas, like if you look here in the bottom, I've got a lot of texture here where this, it almost gets blurry in here. It blurs from gray to white. So that's where I might take my finger here, and I'm going to sort of blur that a little bit because it doesn't have a lot of texture down there, okay? So I'm going to sort of blur that, okay? And then the last thing, once again, I'm going to come in with my sharp pencil. Get it really sharp, okay? And now is when I'm going to just throw those little strokes here and there, just showing some of that indication of where some of that fur is, where you can see strokes. And the last thing, I might come back in with the whiskers, and I'm just going to do this kind of thing. Just going to throw some of those whiskers in. Now, obviously, you don't have to follow the whiskers exactly. Just kind of get the general idea, okay, of where they are. There's a few in here. But that's like the very last thing I do is put some of those whiskers in. Notice up here, I think my ear is maybe a little too light on this side, so I'm going to make this just a little darker. Notice I'm holding my pencil way far back. That way I'm barely touching the canvas here. And then this part of the ear I'm going to make even darker. Because when I look at this ear, it's pretty dark, okay? And I go in between some of those areas where there's sort of white strokes coming across. Got that? So we want to complete that raccoon just like I am here, and then you're putting texture back over some areas. If I look in this area, which this isn't white, it gets sort of light gray, so I'll let a light gray be in there. Now maybe up here it's kind of white, but then I still have some of these strokes coming back into that white area. Okay, so that's it for the raccoon. Let's get that done.